everyone, welcome to the session. So in today's session we are going to discuss the concepts of functions. So we have already done one class on the basic concepts of functions. So in this class I'll be continuing those concepts. Along with that we'll be solving a few questions also. Alright, so we'll be discussing what are the different types of functions we have. Alright, let's begin. So before I start with the session, let me just tell you a bit about myself. My name is Aishwarya and I have done my masters in maths from University of Delhi. Prior to that, I did my graduation from mathematics from Miranda House, University of Delhi. And in total, I have more than 4 years of training experience and I have trained for various exams like CAT, GRE and GMAT earlier. Okay. So now I'm going to tell you what are the benefits of the Plus and Iconic subscription. So if you go for the Plus subscription, you will have access to the classes from India's top educators. All the classes are live and interactive, so you can get your doubts clarified within the class itself. You will have access to the live tests and quizzes that happen on the platform on regular basis. Okay. Along with that, you will get access to the notes of each and every lecture. Okay, so apart from this, we have one more kind of subscription, the Iconic subscription. So if you want personal attention from the educator, then definitely you should go for the Iconic subscription. You will get help regarding preparation for other managements as well, other management entrances as well. You will get expert guidelines about the GDPIs and about any MBA related query if you have. Also, you will get the test analysis, the detailed score report of each and every mock test that you give on the platform. Alright, and all the benefits of the Plus subscription are there in the Iconic subscription. Okay. Alright. Alright, so let's see who all are there in the class. Please type a hi so that I can know who all are there. Hi Rishikesh, welcome to the session. Alright, so these are the prices of our CAT Plus subscription. So for 12 months, this is 17,500 and for 24 months, the price is 21,000. So over this fees, you can get 10% off if you use the code AAISH10. Okay. Now these are the prices of the Iconic subscription. So for 12 months the price is 30,000 and for 24 months the price is 41,000. So over this fees also you can get 10% off if you use the code AAISH10. Alright. Okay. So let's begin. So we have so far we have already discussed that what is a function and what is the domain and range of the function. And we discussed about several other concepts in the previous class. So now in this class I am going to discuss what are real functions and what are the operations on real functions. Okay, let's begin. So see, a function from set A to set B is called a real function if it is defined on the set of real numbers. Okay, so the domain, that is your set A, should be a subset of real numbers. Okay, so this should be a subset of real numbers. Similarly, B should also be the subset of real number. Okay, so any function which is called a real function if its domain and codomain are the subset of real numbers or the entire real line. Okay, so I hope this definition is clear. Now, like we have different operations in the case of numbers. Okay, we have operations for real functions also. Let's see how. Yeah, hi Kaushik, welcome to the session. Okay, let's see. So what are the different operations on real functions? So I can define the sum of two functions also. So suppose if I have a function fx and gx. Okay. So I can define sum also. So how do I define sum of two functions? This will be defined by f plus g of x. Okay. And this is equal to fx plus gx. Alright. So you can add two functions. Similarly, we can define the difference of two functions in this way. F minus g of x Now this is equal to f of x minus g of x. Alright, similarly we can define the product also. And how is the product defined? By fg. Okay, so fg of x is f of x into g of x, and the division is defined this way, f of x upon g of x. Okay, so this is f by g of x. Alright, I hope this is clear to everyone. And why we are discussing this here is that this will help you to find the domain and range of the functions. Okay, let's see how. So if I know that domain of function fx is equal to d1, let us take the d1 as the set of the domain of function fx, and let us take the domain of function gx as d2. Okay, so from here I can say that domain of all the set operations. Okay, so the domain of f plus g of x, f minus g of x, okay, f into g of x, and f by g of x, all four functions will be equal to d1 intersection d2. Okay, so we can find the domain of fx, then we can find the domain of gx, and then we can select the common part of both the domains, the intersection part. So this concept will really be helpful in finding the domain of several functions. All right, yes, is this concept clear to you guys? Hi Praveen. Okay, all right, so I guess this is clear. We'll be discussing questions also. So after we'll solve a few questions, I'm sure you'll get more clarity. Okay, so for example, if I have to find the domain of the function, let us take some function fx is equal to x plus 4 upon x square. Okay, so this is my function and I have to find the domain. So what you can do is that you can find the domain of the numerator, and then you find the domain of the denominator, and then you find intersection of both the domains. Okay, please try to solve this one. So I'm giving you a minute to solve. Please think about it and tell me what will be the domain of function fx. Yes, any answers yet? Okay, let us discuss. So let us take this numerator as one function and find its domain. Now if you see this function x plus 4, this is a polynomial function. This is defined for the entire set of real numbers. So the domain of numerator is the entire real lines. Okay, now x square is, this is also a polynomial function, so this is also defined for entire real line. You can take the negative values for x, the positive values for x. You can even take x as 0. Yes, am I right? Can I take the value of x as 0 here? No. Why? Because division by 0 is not possible. I cannot put the value of denominator as 0. Okay, so the domain of the second set, domain of the denominator function will be r minus 0, as the denominator can't be equal to 0. Okay, so I can say that the domain of function fx will be the intersection of r and r minus 0. So which will be equal to r minus 0. Okay. Yes, I hope this question is clear. Okay, let us move on. Now let us understand what are even and odd functions. So a function is an even function if the value of the function fx is equal to f of minus x. Okay, let us think of some examples. So if I take an example, let us take the value of fx as x cube plus x. Let us take this function. Let us find out whether this function is even function or not. So what I am going to do is that so this is the value of fx. I have to replace x by minus x. So if I do this, so I'll get this as minus x cube plus minus x. So this will be minus of x cube minus x. Okay. So now is this equal to the original function? No, this is not equal to fx. Therefore, this is not an even function. Okay. Let us take another function g of x. So let us take the value of g of x as x square plus 2. Okay. So now let us find g of minus x. So g of minus x will be equal to minus x whole square plus 2. So this will be written as x square plus 2, which is equal to g of x. So in this case, I got g of minus x is equal to g of x. Therefore, this is an even function. Okay. So if in any function, this equation is satisfied that f of x is equal to minus x, f of minus x, then the function is an even function. Okay. Now let us understand what is an odd function. Okay. So in the odd function, this equation needs to be satisfied, that f of minus x should be equal to minus of fx. Okay. So if this equation is satisfied, the function is an odd function. Okay. Let us check for fx, this function here. Yes. So if I find the value of f of minus x, we got this as minus x cube minus x. Okay. So from here I can take minus common. I'll get x cube plus x. So this is actually equal to minus of fx. So therefore this is an odd function. Alright. Is the definition of even and odd function clear? Yes, Karan, is this even a question? Obviously, it is very important. Think about it yourself. Alright, I hope this is clear. Let's move on. Now, let us understand what are increasing function. Okay? So, let us take two values. Let us take some numbers x, a and b. Now, these numbers a and b belong to the domain of f. They belong to the domain of f. Okay, now since they are two numbers, two different numbers, so I can say that a would be less than b. This is my assumption. B could also be less than a. Okay, so if I have that a is less than b, then the value of the function at point a is less than value of the function at point b. Okay, so if the value of a is less than b, then f of a is less than f of b. Now, if this condition holds true, then the function is an increasing function. Okay. Now, equality can also be there. Okay. So, if the value of a is less than b, then the value of f of a should be less than or equal to the value of f of b. Okay. So, what I mean is that जैसे a की value increase होगी, वैसे ही function की value भी increase होगी. Okay, for example, if I draw the graph of some function, this is the graph. So as the value of x is increasing, the value of f is also increasing. So this is an example of an increasing function. Now similarly, what is a decreasing function? So in decreasing function, what happens is that if you increase the value of if you increase the value of x, the value of the function will decrease. So that is a decreasing function. Okay, so I hope the definition of an increasing function is clear. Yes, Kaushik, Rishikesh, Praveen, is this clear? Yes, you can say directly and inversely proportional. This is a function where the direct proportion is there. Okay, so if x varies directly with y, then obviously you can write y, x as the function of y or y as the function of x. So this is an increasing function. Okay, so if x varies inversely with y, so x will be equal to k by y. So this is an example of a decreasing function. Yes, Kaushik, a very good observation. Alright, so I hope the definition of increasing function is clear. Now what are decreasing functions? In decreasing functions, if you increase the value of x, the value of the function will decrease. Okay, so here if a is less than b, then we have the value of f of a is greater than or equal to the value of f of b. So as the value of x increases, if the value of x increases, the value of f of x decreases. Okay, so this is the definition of a decreasing function. Okay, so I hope these basic definitions are clear. Now, why we are discussing these definitions is that, see, there might be a question related to functions in your exam, that a question will be given, several graphs would be given to you, 4 graphs are given to you, and you have to figure out which of the functions is increasing or which of the functions is decreasing. Also, this concept will be helpful for you to understand the question. Okay, all right. Okay, so now let us do a few questions first. Okay, please note down a question. Yes, so this is the question. We have to find the domain of this function. We have this function f of x is equals to 1 upon under root mod of x minus x. Yes, please find the domain. Yes, any answer yet? Okay, so if we take positive real numbers, denominator will be 0. Okay, think about it. See, whenever we have under root in the denominator, okay, we know that this function will be defined. So I can say x is defined when the denominator is greater than 0, because obviously it is in the denominator, so this thing can't be equal to 0. So I can say that mod of x minus x should be greater than 0, right? Yes, is this a statement clear? Okay, so from here I can write that the value of mod of x will be greater than x. Okay, and now you guys tell me, when is this possible? In what cases? For what values of x is this statement true? Mod of x की वैल्यू x से बड़ी कब हो सकती है? Yes, guys, quickly, please answer. Yes, correct. So this is possible only when x is less than 0. Okay, so this function is defined when the value of x is less than 0. Right, now what will be the domain? Now can this function be equal to 0? No. Can this function be greater than 0? Definitely, but the value of x will always be less than 0. Therefore, the domain of function fx is minus infinity to 0, 0 not included. Alright? Yes, I hope this question is clear. Let's move on to the next one. Now this is a function. You have to find the domain. Okay, so I'm giving you 1 minute to solve this question. Please try this one. Now see, you can also use the concept of operation. So there are two functions here. You can find the denominator of first function, the numerator separately, denominator separately, and find the intersection. Okay, yeah, please try this one. Yes, Praveen, please quickly solve this. Tell me the answer. Kaushik, you also. Yes, Praveen, I think you are skipping very important point here. Please verify your answer, recheck it. Okay, you're not clear? Okay. So let us discuss this topic here only in this question. Okay. So see, this is a function defined to me. What I can do is that I can take numerator as a function. In the topic operations of function, we defined f by g of x as f of x upon g of x. Right. So here also I can define this function as, let us take two other functions, g of x upon h of x. So if you look at this, I can get the value of g of x as under root x plus 3, and I can say that the value of h of x is x. Yes, Kaushik, is this step clear? Okay, so now I am going to find the domain of gx. What is that? Is domain of the numerator. What is the domain of this function? Now see, I can take positive values, negative values, 0, but the only condition is that this thing should be either greater than 0 or equal to 0. So from here I have that this function is defined when the value of x plus 3 is greater than equal to 0. Okay, So from here I can write that x needs to be greater than or equal to minus 3. So what is the domain? Domain of this function gx is equal to minus 3 to infinity. Okay, now let us find the domain of function hx. Now hx is equal to x. So x can take up positive values, h can take up negative values. Okay, so the domain here will be equal to the entire set of real numbers. But we know that x is in the denominator, and in the denominator the value of the function cannot be equal to 0. Okay, so I will eliminate the value of 0. So this is the domain of denominator. This is the domain of numerator. To calculate the domain of function fx, I will find intersection of this set and this set. इनका common portion हम ले लेंगे, ठीक है? So this is actually minus infinity to 0 union 0 to infinity. 0 is not inclusive, right? So I can write that the domain of this function is, now if I draw the real line, somewhere here I'll get minus 3. Let us take this as 0. Now I'm going to find the common portion. So minus 3 to infinity, ये हो गया पूरा area. Alright, all the numbers which are on the right hand side of minus 3. And ये क्या होगा? All the values except 0. Okay, so what will be the common domain here? So the domain will be minus 3 comma 0, 0 not inclusive, union 0 to infinity. Okay, yes, is this concept of intersection clear to you now? Yes, Kaushik, Praveen, you got the mistake? Okay, that we can't include x as 0. We can't take the value of 0 for x. Okay, I hope this is clear. Let's move on to the next question now. Now this is the next question. Now till now we have solved questions where we were calculating the domain. Okay, now in this question you have to figure out what is the range of the function fx, x square plus 4x plus 10. So this is a polynomial function. Please find the range. Yes, I need answers from everyone here. Yes, what will be the answer? Okay, let us discuss. So this is the function. Okay, so clearly we can see that this is the quadratic polynomial. This is a quadratic equation. Okay, so in case of a quadratic equation, we can always complete the square. Okay, so let us do that. Let us use the method of completing the square. Okay, so I can write this as x square plus 4x plus 4 plus 6. Okay, now this is actually equal to x plus 2 whole square, right or not? And this is 6. Okay, so now that I have given you this hint, can you tell me the range of this function now? Now if you look at this term x plus 2 whole square will always be greater than or equal to 0. Okay, and when you add 6 to it, hence I will get the range of this function as 6 to infinity. Okay, so the minimum value that this function can take will be 6. Okay, because if this term is equal to 0, the minimum value is 6 and highest is infinity. Okay, this term can't be negative as this is a square. Yes, is this question clear now? So whenever you have a quadratic polynomial, this is the way to find the range, because I can always apply this method of completing the square on a quadratic polynomial. Okay. All right, let's solve one more question related to domain and range. So this is the question. In this question, you have to find domain of f of g of x or the fog of x, the composition of two functions. So first of all, find the composition. Okay, find this value and then you calculate domain of this value. All right, please start. Yes, please tell me the answer quickly. See, again you can use that method. Calculate the domain of f, calculate the domain of g and find the intersection. Should I discuss this one? Okay, see, let us find the value of f of g of x first. Okay, so in the I have to input gx here. Okay, so this is actually equal to f of under root x minus 6. Okay, now this I can write as 1 upon under root x minus 6 whole cube. Right, so this is the value. Okay, now since I have to find the domain, okay, so first of all I am going to find the domain of fx, then gx, then I can find the intersection. This is one way. Or I can find the domain of this function directly. Now if you see numerator is 1, that is constant. Okay, in the denominator we have under root x minus 6 whole cube. Okay, so the denominator cannot take the value of 0, and this denominator will be defined only when, since we have under root here, this will be defined only when x minus 6 is greater than 0. Right? So this value has to be greater than 0. So x minus 6 should be greater than 0. It can't be equal to 0 because denominator में है 6. ठीक है? It means that x will be greater than 6. Right? So what is the domain of this function? All the values, okay, 6 is not inclusive. All the values from 6 to infinity come in the domain. Okay? Yes, Praveen, your answer is somewhat right. You have understood why we can include 0 here. Okay. Sorry, why have we not included 0 here? Sorry, my bad. Alright, I hope this question is clear. Finding the domain of this function. Yes, 0 तो नहीं include होगा because 0 होगा तो x minus 6 will be equal to minus 6. Under root minus number not defined. Okay. Alright. Let's move on. Let's solve this question. So this is an equation given. This is the given equation that f of x plus f of 2 minus x is equal to 4. You have to find the value of this sum. Okay, so please look for, okay, try to make this equation here. Take different values of x and try to solve this one. Yes, no, Kaushik, in this question you cannot include values from 1 to 5 because then this denominator will be negative. That is why I have taken domain from 6 to infinity. All the values are greater than 6. Alright, okay, yeah. Yes, Praveen, Kaushik, tell me the answer for this question quickly. Okay, if you need a hint, please let me know. Hint. Okay, so the hint is take x is equal to 1 by 100. This is the first step. I am telling you the first step to solve. Okay, please try this now. Yes. Should we discuss this now? Yes, Praveen, should we discuss this? Or you're solving, you need more time? Okay, let us solve this one. So the first step is to take the value of x as 1 by 100. Why? Because it is given in the first term, we have to take the value of x as 1 by 100. Okay, so I can calculate, let us put the value of x as 1 by 100 in this equation. So I can calculate that 1 by 100 plus f of 2 minus 1 by 100 is equal to 4. Okay, so from here I can get that value of 1 by 100 plus the value of 200 minus 1, that is 99. 199 by 100 is equal to 4. Okay, so from here you can see that sum of this term and this term is equal to 4. Likewise, I can calculate the sum of second and the last second term. Let's see how. Now let us take the value of x as 2 by 100 in the first equation. So I can write f of 2 by 100 plus f of 2 minus 2 by 100 is equal to 4. So this can be simplified and written as f of 2 by 100 plus f of 200 minus 2 is 198 by 100 is equal to 4. Okay, so do you see a pattern here? Okay, so what is happening is that the sum of first and last term is 4. Then second and the last second term sum would be 4. Third and the last third term would add up to be 4. Okay, so likewise you will get many 4s. And how many 4s will you get? Now since first term and second term, first and the last term add up to give you 4, and there are 200 terms in this series. How many terms are there in this series? 50 times. Okay, let us take the value of x as 100. 100 by 100. Okay, obviously there will be some term with this. So when I take the value of x as 100 by 100, the function will be equal to 100 by 100 plus f of 100, 2 minus, now this is 2 minus 100 by 100. So this is again 100 by 100. Okay, so now what do you understand from this? Yes, 100 times 4. Alright. Okay, but see, this term f of 100 by 100 will come only once. But in this addition, I have counted it twice. So what I am going to do is that I am going to find this value. So this is actually twice of f of 1 is 4. So from here I can get the value of f of 1 is 2. Or you can say f of 100 by 100 is equal to 2. Okay, so I will solve this how many times? 99 times into 4. Okay, plus the middle term f of 100 by 100 will be 2. So this will give you the correct answer. Alright. Yes, is this question clear? Okay, yes, correct. Okay, alright, so this was the last question of today's class. I hope you have understood all the questions that we have discussed so far. So in the next class, we are going to solve only questions. Okay, so there won't be any concept that I'm going to discuss. I'm going to discuss only the questions related to functions, sets and relations. Okay, so please be present for that class. Okay, so now I have to give you some information regarding the students who scored more than 99 percentile in CAT 2020. So all these students have got this percentile and they were from the iconic subscription batches. Okay, so you can also join this list for the CAT 2021 preparations. Okay, so for that you have to go for the iconic subscription as soon as possible. And whenever you go for the subscription, please use the code AAISH10 to get the 10% off. Alright, now this is the information about the recently started batches. So from 5th and 7th of April, we started a weekday morning batch and the weekday evening batch. Okay, so we have batches for all the timings. So whichever timing suits you, you can join that batch. Also, a new batch is going to start from 10th of April. This is the weekend batch. So if you're comfortable with the classes on weekends, then definitely join this batch. Okay. Now, this is the scholarship test Unacademy Combat conducted by Unacademy every Sunday. So you have a good chance to win scholarships if you solve this test, if you get a good score in this test. Okay. Syllabus is same as that of your CAT. The duration of the test is of 60 minutes. Okay, so please participate in this test. To unlock the test, you can use the code AAISH10. Okay. Now, the prices of the Plus and Iconic subscriptions are going to increase very soon. So, the new prices will be effective from 14th of April. So, you still have time to enroll and enroll at the lower cost. Okay. So if you are planning to take the subscriptions in the near future, then definitely do it right now. This will be a good offer for you. You can save money right now. Okay. So right now the price is 17,500. This will be increased to 22,550 for 12 months. And the price of 21,000 will be increased to 32,800. Likewise, for Iconic subscription, the price of 30,000 for 12 months will be increased to 39,500. And the price of 41,000 will be increased to 67,000. Okay. Now, this is the feature of Unacademy app that you can make full use of, the Ask a Doubt feature. So you just have to take a picture of the question, submit it on a platform, select to the correct subject which the question belongs. Then our educators will solve the question and share the explanations with you. Okay. Now the steps to take the subscription are very easy. You just have to install the Unacademy learning app. As soon as you install the learning app, you have to select CAT as your goal and click on get subscription. As soon as you do this, you will have to select the subscription that you are planning to take. Use the code AAISH10 and you will get the instant 10% off for the Plus and Iconic subscriptions. Okay. So this code can be used for your 10% off discount, as well as to unlock special classes. Okay, so please unlock the special classes on the Unacademy platform using this code. This will be completely free of cost. Okay, now this is the name of our YouTube channel. Please subscribe to it, like and share it with your friends and families. Okay, and if you like this class, please share it with your friends and family so that they can also get benefits from this. Okay, this is the name of the Telegram channel. Please join the channel to get updates about all my special and YouTube classes. All right. Thank you so much. Thank you guys for attending. I hope this class was useful for you and you have got some clarity about the functions. Okay. Thank you. Keep practicing.